Hello everyone, it's Mr. E 2099. As I'm sure you're all aware, Brian Michael Bendis has moved from Marvel Comics to DC, and I know that some of you are pretty skeptical about what this is going to bring to the DC universe, but I think that Brian can bring things to the DC universe because we have seen him do great work creating new characters like Miles Morales, and I know that some of his books have been hit or miss, but I think that's really because he's gotten a bit tired of working at Marvel. I think coming to DC will bring new life to his writing because he gets to play around in a new universe with a new cast of characters, and I know we're all wondering what he's going to be working on, so here are my thoughts on a few books that I think Bendis could really bring something to. The first book I'm suggesting is Batman and Robin. Now, I know people think that Batman is oversaturated nowadays, and quite frankly, I agree with him being in his own solo book, Two Justice League, Detective Comics, Batman All-Stars. Batman gets around a bit too much. He's turning into what Wolverine was a few years ago. Now, I think we should bring Batman back to something a bit smaller, but I also want to get another Batman and Robin book because there's a lot going on with Batman these days. With him training Duke Thomas, marrying Selena Kyle, I want to see how this is affecting his relationship with his son Damian, the current Robin, because Robin has also grown with his relationship with John Kent and Super Sons, him leaving the Teen Titans. I want to see how their changes and their growth has affected their dynamic as not only father and son, but as mentor and student. And I think that this is something that Brian Michael Bendis could portray very well. My second suggestion is Jaime Reyes, Blue Beetle, which is a character I think has a lot in common with one of Bendis' own creations, Miles Morales. They both come from strong families. They both didn't really want the powers that they got at first, but they also picked up the legacies of fallen heroes. Jaime picking up for Ted Cord and Miles picking up for the Ultimate Peter Parker. Um, I think that Bendis did a great job with Miles when he was in the Ultimate Comics universe, but he kind of fell flat after bringing him into the 616, which I think that if Bendis gets to work on Jaime, he can really create that magic that he did when he first made Miles. I think he can really define the character more and make him stand out on his own. And I think that Bendis would get a chance to not only work with a character that is very similar to what he's used to working with, but is also not a big enough character that if it doesn't go well, that it's gonna mess up a lot of things for DC. My final suggestion is Earth 2. Now, personally, I feel that DC has never utilized their multiverse the way it should be. I know that's changing a bit now that they have the Metal event going on and all the books that are going to be coming out in the wake of that. But I've always felt that Earth 2 should be DC's answers to the Ultimates line at Marvel, especially now that the Ultimates line is gone. They had two books out, Earth 2 and Earth 2 Society, which I really enjoyed, but I felt didn't really go deep enough into that world. They were trying to tell a story with all these characters, but only had one book to do it in. I felt that if they gave certain characters their own books, it would allow them to go deeper into that world and tell unique stories with similar characters that they wouldn't normally be able to tell in Earth Prime because of either continuity or because it would mess up the fans too much. Like, in this world, you can kill off Superman, or you can kill off Batman and Wonder Woman and bring in an entirely new Trinity, or you can have a Flash that gets his power from the gods and not the Speed Force, or a Green Lantern who is the representative of the Green instead of Swamp Thing. You can tell these unique stories while also still having another universe where they have the classic characters and they could have their stories. And with Marvel now abandoning the Ultimate Universe, I think this is an area where DC can really pick up. And I think that Brian Michael Bendis, with all the work he did in the Ultimates line, would be a perfect fit for Earth 2. Alright, everyone, that's it for today. Feel free to like, comment, and especially subscribe. I am Mr. E2099, and I will see you all later.